Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Both of these defenses a little bend, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on fourth down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job by that defense.
It is. And so if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Got a man. It's Sawyer. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Sawyer. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
And I love the angle route, whether it's man or zone. If you throw it with timing and you wait for it to develop, most of the time it's going to come open. Great job by the quarterback seeing it, hitting the running back.
He's going to pass. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a 1st down like they did there.
And they got him for the sack.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Time to take a shot. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick.
Well, that essentially ends up being a punt for the offense. 3rd down, you're taking a deep shot, and because you were able to make the tackle relatively quickly after the guy picked it off, it's essentially just flipping the field.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Looking to scramble. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, the problem with the play-action game is that it forces the QB to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer to allow some of these plays to develop. And, of course, that gives this defense longer to get after it.
Now the play fake. Makes the grab on the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Coming, he lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after.
And the ball is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Finds his tight end. Got room at the 35. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Off play action. Finding more yards with the spin move. Fighting for the end zone, and he dropped it. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that's why you hustle to the football. So many guys getting there, and yes, does he break some tackles and make a play, but the next guy flying in there, he's trying to break all these tackles, but all these guys, and what happens? All these guys got their hands near the football. Somebody gets a hand on it, forces the fumble, forces the turnover, and the big momentum swing back to the other side.
Pulls it in. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give from the gun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Quickly complete. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They're at their fastest tempo trying to... Oh, the ball squirts out. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
He's going to take off.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Forced out of the pocket. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
They're bringing heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Louisiana Tech will have to punt.
Number 60 in punt formation to kick it away.
Makes a move. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Stanford! A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You could play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on them. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Working that left side now. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He lets one fly deep, and he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking to go up top on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Fast motion from the offense. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Moving out of the pocket. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but, you know, an incompletion, who cares?
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Louisiana Tech about to kick it off to start this second half. Fair catch called for and made. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see you.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he just flat dropped it. He had the ball and didn't look it all the way in, and it'll be 4th down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. This is a game of swings and momentum and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now, I don't...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Looking for more room. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's going to fire deep. And he makes the catch at the 25. Touchdown, Cardinal. What a grab and go for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll go to the air. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that.
Louisiana Tech, 7.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Turns it on in midfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Timeout, Stanford.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
The 8-yard line. 1st and goal, Louisiana Tech.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Appalachian State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there. And they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Handoff from the gun. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running?
Unleashes one deep. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side.
And it's his 4th interception of the game. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first. Your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Cardinal. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo. Motion from the offense. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Second and goal for this offense. Power ahead. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They got stuffed on second down, and still they need 1 yard here on third and goal. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. He'll do it himself. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
Pressure situation for the offense down there close on fourth and goal. So many different ways you can go about it. And they just put it in the quarterback's hands. They let him figure it out. He shows off his athleticism, and he finds the end zone.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. One final play before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Feeling some heat. And with the pressure on him, the quarterback goes down, and we've played 3 quarters here.
Stanford, 35. Louisiana Tech, 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Wide out in motion. Looking to throw on second down. He's got the back in the middle. Open space at the 25. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. The sweet feet buy a little time. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. You got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
He's got great speed. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. The Bulldogs moving quickly to the line. Quarterback checking off. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Buys a little time with his feet. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. Now, listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
He's looking for an open man on second down. It's complete. And he wanted the score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Wants to go up top. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that 4th down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeing if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
They're trying to get some breathing room from deep in their own territory. And the quick shuffle pass underneath. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Fights off a defender. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
And with a lead like they have here in the 4th quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Stanford going back to work with another 1st down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. To the ground. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll leave it with him. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Slips through the line. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. This offensive coordinator is going to have to be creative. Time is winding down, and the offense has to move quickly. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, he did a good job getting to the middle of the field. That's where the offense wanted to attack on that play. He's just got to do a better job looking that football in.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's taking the deep shot. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.